Hey you mob, thanks for joining in this morning. My name is Kendi and I work in the Deadly Kindies team, and I also run a playgroup over on the south side at Birthing in Our Community. I have a special friend with me here today.
So my name is Brenton Bowen. I am a Deadly Choices Ambassador.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you again for everyone for joining in. Now, before we start our session today, we always start with an acknowledgement of country. Today we've got a special acknowledgement. We're going to head over to Deception Bay North, Deadly Kindy, and they're going to show us their acknowledgement. So please enjoy.
Centuries, the wild cockatoos, wombats and koalas love to have a snooze. Starfish in the ocean, with no sharks bite. Bats and furry possums stay awake at night. Wind and rain and sunshine, desert, sea and sand, rivers, bush and gum trees, what a special land. Ears in the outback, rocks in riverbeds, turtles at the seaside, laying lots of eggs. Dingoes with their puppies out at fruit and stare. Snakes and lazy lizards relax without a care. Wind and rain and sunshine, desert, sea and sand, rivers, bush and gum trees, what a special land, what a special land. Well done everybody, now put your sticks down. We're going to say our acknowledgement to country. The ground, here is the land, here is the sky, here are my friends, and here am I. Put your sticks down, touch the ground. We pay our respects to the gubby people whose land we meet on today. Well done, thank you friends.
Hey you mob, have you seen our Deadly Kindy kit? It is filled with items your Jargons needs to start kindy. It can easily be yours. Your little one just needs to have a health check at a participating clinic, be turning 4 before June 30, and lastly, they need to enrol in kindy. Then have a yarn to our Deadly reception team in the clinic, and they'll organise a kit filled with a water bottle, blanket, lunchbox, backpack, a special edition Deadly Kindies shirt and more. To learn more or to find a participating clinic, visit www.deadlykindies.com.au.
Did you know that us kids
should start getting eye tests around the time we turn 5?
We should get our eye test before we start grade 1.
And as long as our eyes are healthy, we don't need another eye test for about 5 years.
School screenings don't replace normal eye tests. By getting tested at the clinic,
the eye doctor can see if there are any issues
and set us up for a bright future. Plus, if you take us to one of our clinics
for an eye check, we get to take home a free pair of these Deadly Sunnies.
Find your closest clinic online at deadlychoices.com.au.
Hey, how deadly was that? Thank you so much to Deception Bay North Kindy for their amazing acknowledgement of country. So let's have a yarn about what we're up to today. So we've got, we're reading a story. Brenton, you're going to read a story.
Yes.
So that's Benny Bungarra's Big Bush Cleanup. So we're really focusing at the moment on caring for country. So over the next few Deadly Kindy sessions, you'll see that our focus is on how we can look after our land and our ancestors' land and make sure that the land is here for a long time. We will also be doing a poem which also discusses recycling and how we can care for land, helping Mother Earth. And to finish it off, we're going to make some deadly mobiles. So we're going to use little twisted one here. We're going to use items that we can find outside on our land, on country, to make a mobile. And you can make all various types of mobiles out of different materials too. So we'll have a bit of a yarn about that later. Before we start too, I just wanted to remind everybody that we have started Kindy for 2021. How exciting. I know I've got a few of my little friends, our Jarjums out there, who have started Kindy over the last month or so, and they're still taking enrolments. So, if you head on down to your local clinic, you can get your Kindy pack, like you can see this one here. Inside, we've got shirts, hats, drink bottle, lunchbox, all the stuff that you're gonna need to get ready for Kindy. And of course, you get these deadly shirts, hey?
Yeah, how cool.
I know, so these are our new ones. I've got the tealy green colour here, and you've got that deadly red orange on there.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, me too. I think that's my favourite one. But so if you see in your clinic that you've got the posters up, you'll see JT there, and you can have a yarn and make sure that you're good to go for Kindy for 2021. Let's start our session though, Brenton. Would you like to start the story of Benny Bungarra?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, like you were saying before, this is Benny Bungarra's Big Bush Cleanup. And so this was from Sally Morgan and Amberline Kawai Malina. Here we go.
Good try.
Yeah,
that's probably correct too, so tricky one.
Here we go. So, Benny Bungarra was having fun in the sun when he heard the strange noise. What's that noise? Benny asked. Is there a new animal in the bush? He scrambled up the tree to see. Olive Python, cried Benny. How did you get your stuck in that plastic bottle? I slid down some rocks and my head slipped inside. Can you help me, please? She asked. Don't worry, Benny said. I'll get a rock and cut the plastic. Please hurry, it's hot and stuffy in here, Olive cried. Benny Bungarra found a sharp rock and split open the bottle. Thanks, Benny, said Olive Python as she slithered out. Benny Bungarra heard another strange sound. What's that noise? Benny asked. Is there a new animal in the bush? Gah, ow, gah, ow. Benny Bungarra and Olive Python went down to the river to see. It's Colin Crow, cried Benny. How did you get your beak get wrapped in that fishing line? I was looking for some insect and my beak got tangled in it. Can you help me? He asked. Don't worry, said Benny. I'll find a stick and unknot the line. Please hurry, it's hurting my beak, cried Colin. Benny Bungarra found a pointy stick. He poked it into the knot and the knotted line until it slowly unwound. Thanks, Benny, said Colin Crow, happy to be free again. Then Benny Bungarra heard another strange sound. Thump, wah, thump, wah. What's that noise? Benny asked. Is there another animal in the bush? Benny Bungarra, Olive Python and Colin Crow darted through some gum trees to see. Kathy Kangaroo, cried Benny. How did that piece of glass get stuck in your paw? I just jumped past some humans' camp and I landed on it. Can you help me? She asked. I'll find some grass so I can pull it out, said Benny. Please hurry, cried Kathy. It's cutting my paw. Benny Bungarra found some soft grass. He wrapped it around the glass and gently pulled it out. Thanks, Benny, said Kathy Kangaroo as she hopped up. Rubbish is causing a lot of trouble in our bush. What can we do about it? Asked Benny Bungarra. We can ask the humans to reduce their rubbish, said Olive Python. Colin Crow agreed. Less rubbish will make the bush a healthier home for all of us. That's a great idea. I'm sure our human friends will be happy to help. But what else can we do? Asked Benny Bungarra. Some rubbish can be reused, like that plastic bottle my head got stuck into. That's a great idea. Some rubbish can be reused instead of thrown away. But what else can we do? As we can see over here, the plastic bottles can be reused as plants or paintbrushes when you're painting. Some rubbish can be put safely in bins, like the fishing line my beak got caught into, said Colin Crow. And the other rubbish can be recycled, like the broken glass that got stuck in my paw, said Kathy Kangaroo. And again, you can see the different type of rubbish bins that we use every week. We got the yellow lid, which is the one that we use to recycle, and the normal bin, which is the normal green bin. We put our normal rubbish in there. Those are terrific ideas. And I've got one too, said Benny Bungarra. Why don't we clean up our own home ourselves? Everyone agreed. This was a wonderful way for the animals to look after the bush. I've got a perfect name for our tidy up day, Olive Python said. Can you guess what it is? Benny Bungarra's Big Bush Cleanup. Benny Bungarra's Big Bush Cleanup was supported by the Northwest Alliance and VILA. The Northwest Alliance works in schools in the Pilbara region of Western Australia to educate children about the importance of looking after the place where you live by reducing, recycling and reusing rubbish. All royalties from book sales will be donated to the Magabala Books Small Seeds Big Reads projects, which puts books into the hands of deserving children across Australia.
Too
And
deadly.
that's the end of that book.
Thank you so much, Brenton.
All right.
So we spoke a lot. We saw, sadly, all those animals getting stuck in different rubbish out on their country, hey, which was really sad. Something coming up too, so the first Sunday of March is actually Clean Up Australia Day. So I reckon all the families and kindies, jarjums, if you're watching, you can head out and do a cleanup of your own area on the land that you live on. And today also, our activity that we're doing, we're using different recycled materials as well. And you could do this activity too at home with materials that you might have around the house. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but we're going to get to our poem. So you'll see the poem will come up on the screen there. And this is one that you can do at kindy or at home. And what you need to do is in the last line, you're going to talk about either your own country or the land that you live on. So today we're going to say Bungarra land. So that's where we are today. So we will start. So it's reduce, recycle, reuse. You can help Mother Earth if you choose. Recycle plastic, glass and cans. Reduce the rubbish on Bungarra land. So that's one that you can print out and put up in your kindy or up in your house to remind everybody there, remind all the mob there, hey, we need to look after our country. We need to look after the land. Like the animals in that story said, you know, we need the humans to help. So that's where most of the rubbish comes from. And if you look back at our ancestors, they really did look after the land. We didn't have rubbish. They did reuse everything. And the rubbish that they did have, they put into the land and it went back into the earth. So it's a really good message, and I hope that everyone starts caring for country. Alrighty, shall we get started on our little project
Yes.
on our mobile? So as I said earlier, we've got this one here. We've reused some fishing line, but it might be safer for young ones to use string. I had some string that had been left over from some cooking that I did. And even just this one here, this was I used at a party to put some food in, just a cardboard. And I thought, I can use that when I do playgroups and kindy. So we're not wasting, we're reusing objects. And even you spoke about, Brenton, in the story, I always collect our glass jars and use them for painting. Good to wash our paintbrushes up in, have a bit of water there. So lots of different items you can use and recycle around the house and when you're at kindy too. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I've already cut up some string if you would like to use that.
Yes, please.
I'll go with this one here. And this was some old twine that was just some scraps left over, and I've just braided that. Tried to do a bit of weaving, which is I'm not too good at. I have a friend, Arnie Kim, if you're watching. She works over on the south side at ANFPP. She's a real deadly weaver. So, if you've got someone in your family or if you know how to do weaving, that's something that you could add to your mobile as well. So I'm going to see if I can tie this one on here.
Yeah, nice. So I'll start with mine. You start with the leaf first.
Oh, very good. And that's it. You can use different things as well. I know a lot of little ones use squeezy yogurts, and I know they've got those lids on the squeezy yogurts that have holes in them. So you could paint up those lids in different colours and use that. You could make a mobile out of that. Different milk carton bottle tops, you could save your favourite colours. I reckon I would go yellow, red and black if you could find those. Or maybe if you're from Torres Strait Islands, you might choose blue or green. But yeah, you can do different things, find different items from your country, but remember, only taking what you need. And that's something that our people always knew about our land, and how the land was looked after for so long was that we only took what we needed. We never took too much because we wanted it to be there for future generations. And that's something that we can start doing again, A lot of mob are already doing that, but in the city too, around the community, if you live around Brisbane, you need to look after your land too. It's very important. Do you do recycling at your house, Brenton, with your family?
Yes, we do.
Very good.
Like we were talking about in the story with the different bins.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that we're using the correct bins for the different objects that we got.
Yeah, that's right.
Rubbish. And also with the bottles and the cans, so we've got to get the containers for change.
Oh, of course,
so
that's
we've
such
got
a
that,
good.
So just making sure that that's going to the correct place as well. So
that's right, very important. And do you know what I got over the Christmas break? A worm farm. So I've been chopping up all my food waste, anything that I haven't used, like different peels off different things if I don't eat them, or eggshells, all that kind of stuff. I just chop it up finely and take it out to the worms. So I think there's 1,500 of them. So we started off with only 500, but that wasn't enough. We had to get some more to make sure that they could eat all of the scraps. So that's saving it from going into the bin. And I'm lucky at my house, actually, we've got 3 bins. So we've got the recycle bin, like you spoke about, with the yellow lid, the green bin with the red lid for your normal bin. And I also have a full green bin. So anytime I do gardening, I can put all my clippings into there and they get taken away as well. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Alrighty, I'm going to put a few more. How are you going with your one there?
I think I'm going to a couple more and then I'm done.
Oh, that looks so nice.
Yeah.
And what you can do as well, if you like at home, I've got some paint here. You might like to get this little brush here. I could paint I'm going to go green. Move this one out of the way. I could paint a K for my name, for Kindy, on there.
Oh, awesome.
So you could do different things where you could maybe attach a photo on there of somebody that you love. Maybe you haven't got to see your family in a little while. You could print a little photo out and tie that around, or if you've already got a photo from a photo album at home, just all you need is a hole punch, pop a hole in it, and you can tie through with your string or whatever you might use that you've found around your place. Make it something special. Make it connected to your land as well. As I said, if you're, maybe you're saltwater mob, you could add some different sea items on there, some shells or whatever you like. Make it personal to you. If you've got maybe someone older who can help you, you can put different holes in things using maybe a hammer or a drill. That's getting real technical though, but I did do that. I was able to put, you see this seed pod here. So there's a little hole in there, so I'll thread the string through and I'll hang that one on. You can use different fabrics from different things. Make it as special as you like. Let's see if I can put that through. How'd you go?
Yeah,
all done. Hey, that looks so good. Can you
Yeah.
hold that up? Can everyone see
I
that?
like this.
There's some fabric, some gum leaves that we've painted up, shells, gum nuts. Oh, amazing. And I'm just finishing my last one now. See if I can hold that up. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that looks
Have a
cool
look
as
at
well.
that. Yeah, so I've got my leaf there with my K for my name, the seed pod, a shell. But yeah, you could put so many on there. You could do lots, you could do a few, up to you.
The
And as I
options
said,
are endless.
options are endless. Using items from around your kitchen that were going to go in the recycle bin as well. We had this string here.
Yeah.
Very good. Alrighty.
Awesome.
Thank you for that. I'll make sure my paint doesn't go everywhere. And I think it's time to say goodbye now. So thank you again for joining in. We're going to sing a song, I'm a Little Murray Kid. So
I've got my little instrument ready.
oh, thanks, Brenton's going to play a tune for us. So you'll see the words up there, and I'm going to sing along. You sing along too. Are you ready? I'm a little Murray kid, strong and proud. Here I stand on my sacred ground. When I get all fired up, then I shout, I'm too deadly, hey, look out. Hey,
Awesome.
and that song was written by my good friend Lola. So shout out to Lola if you're watching. And thank you again for everyone for joining in. If you do any of the activities today, make a mobile, or you are doing some deadly recycling at your place or at your school, your kindy, make sure you send us through a picture or a video, and you can win deadly prizes. We've got some great stuff to win all the time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brenton.
Thank you.
See you all later.
Bye.